Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at beta and preview 1.20.30.20. Now, today's preview contains most of the changes that were in yesterday's snapshot, meaning today we're going to be taking a look at the rebalancing of all the Librarian villagers. Now, if you haven't heard about this yet, pretty much Mojang thought that Librarian villagers were a bit too overpowered, so they made a lot of changes to make you have to not only explore more to get all the enchantments you want, but grind and work a lot harder to get them all as well. So before we get into this, pretty much, long story short, if you plan to make a villager trading hall in your Minecraft worlds, do it now before this update becomes a full release and drops. You probably have a few weeks. I recommend you get on it. So previously, how everything would work is you would just spawn a villager, you'd get a bed and a lectern, they'd become the Librarian, of course. And then you could see the trades, and you could just keep re-rolling their trades until you got what you wanted. But now they have made a change. So up on your screen right now, I'm going to show you this chart. What this chart shows is that Librarians in each special biome will have a special trade for their master level. So if you want, say, a mending book, you have to go to a swamp and get a max level Librarian villager. Now, of course, swamps and jungles, which are the Unbreaking 2 and Mending, you can't actually find those because villagers don't spawn there. So you have to bring villagers there, which I can show right here. You'd have to bring your villagers to the jungle or swamp. You'd have to set them up, and you'd have to get them to start breeding. And you'd have to really get them to start breeding because that's the only way to get one of these. Now, I don't know, do you two need jobs? But yeah, you just have to wait until they breed because otherwise there's no way. Now, of course, because I'm in creative, I can just do /summon villager on me, and I will get a jungle villager. But the only true way to get one in survival is to bring some villagers of your own, set them up, get them breeding, and then they will produce you a baby jungle villager. As seen right there, that is a jungle villager. Now, an easy way to know if you have a jungle villager or not is because of this, but also their trades. You see on this chart, which I'm going to put back up on your screen right now, they have removed all trades for enchantments related to tridents, fishing rods, and crossbows, so you can no longer get those books from villagers. You have to do all that work by yourself. But to make matters worse, you can also no longer obtain max level books. For instance, if you want Sharpness 5, alright? Sharpness is the special Savannah one. So not only do you have to go to a Savannah, which is going to be a major pain, you have to go to that Savannah, you have to get a max level villager, but now note, the highest any of these can go is level 3, except for Unbreaking, which its highest it can go is level 2. So if you want Sharpness 5, you have to buy 4 Sharpness 3 books in order to get it, because you are no longer able to find a Sharpness 5 or Sharpness 4 villager. The highest it will ever go is Sharpness 3. Similar with Unbreaking. If you wanted Unbreaking 3, you have to not only go to a jungle, breed these villagers, and get some of your own, but you then also have to go ahead and buy multiple of these books to get a level 3. Pretty much, Mojang is just trying to make everything a lot more balanced because they feel like it's way too easy. You shouldn't be able to get a mending book from any villager on your first try as a level 1 trade. But I understand why they're doing it. It's going to be a real pain, you know? So I think it's a good change, but it does really annoy me that it's happening. Overall, though, I understand why they're doing it. It really does kind of suck. Anyway, now that we have briefly looked at how miserable villagers are going to make us now. The Wandering Trader has also gotten a bit of an upgrade. I'm not sure that's all that great, but it is an upgrade nonetheless. You will now be able to find Wandering Traders that are willing to buy water buckets, fermented spider eyes. You will find them that are able to sell logs. You will also find some that can sell an invisibility potion and enchanted iron pickaxes. And you can find some that will buy baked potatoes, milk, hay bales, bottles of water. I'm really looking to see if I can find one selling an iron pick or invis. I think those are supposed to be a bit rarer than others. Even though... Oh, there's one. Potion of invisibility. I do not see an iron pickaxe anywhere yet, though. I think the iron pickaxe would probably be a bit useful in, like, that early game, because it is enchanted if you find one of these guys wandering around, but once you get to that late game, it's not going to really be worth much. So I don't expect this to be all that great, but... Oh, there's the iron pick. Yeah, like, as you can see, it's decent. Unbreaking 3, Fortune 2, Efficiency, but... Yeah. Also, in terms of how their things work, so for the water buckets, potatoes, they really cannot buy many of these. If you're thinking, oh, I could just find one and give them like a whole bunch of water buckets, they can only take one water bucket and one set of potatoes. In terms of logs, I think you're supposed to be able to buy, yeah, a decent bit, and the pickaxes you can only buy one, so it's not that great overall. It is an upgrade, trying to make the Wandering Trader more useful, but as of still, the only use these guys really have to me is either saplings or, the most important one, the leads they are carrying around with them. So, I still would not recommend scavenging your world for Wandering Traders just to buy an iron pickaxe. Alright, everybody. So, now that we have finished looking at all of the different villagers, which I have collected, one from each biome in here, and the Wandering Traders, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the beta, because there is plenty more to go with. However, before we do so, I would just like to note, putting the chart back up on your screen once again, it does say that one of the Savannah Villagers books is Sweeping Edge. So, I'm assuming this means that Sweeping Edge will be coming to Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Anyway, for our next change is diamond ore distribution. In this preview, we increase the amount of diamond ore found in the deepest parts of the world. Our goal is to make it more rewarding to mine diamonds in the deep slate layers. We want your feedback on this. Please go try your favorite mining method and tell us what you think. So here we are down at the, deep slate layers. Alright, here is a large opening. Unfortunately, though, I'm still not really seeing many diamonds. Now, it doesn't say by how much they increased the amount of diamonds, it just says that they increased it. And they did specifically note that it was only in the deep slate layers. But I don't see anything. I hope I'm not missing something. You guys will probably have seen some diamonds and tell me in the comments you flew right past them, but I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, so I'm gonna go back up to the surface. And I guess we'll carry on, but I didn't see any diamonds down there. And do note that I regenerate this world every single week, so it's not like If there were the generation changes, we would see them. I regenerate this world every week. It's a brand new world every week. I don't just clean out the one from the previous week. Actually, if we were to look on my menu, I have a separate world for every single preview. I have a whole bunch of them. But yeah, that was kind of weird. Anyway, moving on. There are a few sound changes. So first of all, when you put a shield in your offhand, it will now make a noise. It's a very small noise, but it is there. And the sound that you get when equipping armor, if you put on an identical piece of armor but with a different enchantment, it will once again play the sound. As you can hear, it just played it multiple times every time I switched it, so we are good there. Alright, now for these next two changes. So first of all, it says that the stonecutter will no longer drop an item when mined with the incorrect item or tool. So as we all know, the stonecutter is mined with a pickaxe. So if we mine this with an axe, it shouldn't actually drop an item. Unfortunately though, because we're mining this with an axe, it is going to take forever. So in the meantime, let's talk about these pistons to my right. It says that the pistons and sticky pistons can now quickly be mined with a pickaxe. Well, there you have it. The stonecutter does not drop an item if not mined with a pick. Now, pistons can be quickly mined with a pickaxe. If you remember, pistons used to always take this long to break no matter what tool you were using, so usually you just use your fist. But now, you can hastily mine them with a pickaxe. So I've been waiting for this change for a long time. I'm very happy to see that introduced. Alright, two more changes. So first of all, I'm going to go back into survival. I'm going to go ahead and /game rule do daylight cycle. We're going to set that back to true. Normally I just leave this world on always day because I don't want to have to keep switching between day and night when I'm trying to record. So, of last time, there's a beta preview, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, there was the addition of the player sleep percentage. So, /game rule player sleeping percentage. Previously, if it was set to 0, when you got into the bed, it would just completely skip the animation. However, now, there is still going to be the animation played. And honestly, that was my main complaint. I know a lot of people like the idea of just clicking it and it instantly becoming day. But for me, I really like the animation. I don't really know why. It's just a nice, peaceful, calming little thing. I like seeing the animation as I get into bed. It's just nice, I don't know. Second of all, mobs can now pick up the Illager banners only in their main hand, once again. So if I can get this over the wall, please. Yeah, he grabbed it right away. But yeah, there, as you can see, mobs can hold them in their main hand. Apparently this is broken, I had no idea, but they can hold them in their main hands. Alright, now I know it's been a little while, but we can go back into survival because we actually have a change regarding the recipe unlocking once again. It has been quite a while, as I said, but there is one. So there is now the recipe unlocking limiting. So you can now do / I don't know what the command is, game rule, recipes unlock, and then you can do false or true. Now if you set it to false, you are not going to be able... Oh no, sorry. If you set it to false, everything is going to be immediately unlocked, but if you set it to true, everything you're going to have to work to unlock it. Pretty much, it's just a way to deactivate the recipe unlocking if you're someone who doesn't like it or want it on in your Minecraft world. Alright, now there are a few more changes. None of them are really big or important though. A lot of them are random little things just dotted around. So I'm just going to go ahead and end this here. We are going to go ahead and mention though that they have made a lot more changes to Skulk vibrations. They have added a bunch of different things that can once again set off Skulk sensors and the Warden. So I'll put that up on your screen right now. You can see all these new things, but in terms of features that we didn't look at, they added the button to the empty search bar with one click. So that's the X on your search bar. If you were wondering what that means, you can just do that. They didn't really add anything too extravagant. So yeah, pretty much I only like covering the super large features, alright? If there's any random features that I don't cover, it's because they're not very big, they're not important, they're just a small random thing that most people probably aren't even going to notice. Of course, though, if you are interested, you can go ahead and check out the full changelog linked down below in the description. Anyways, this has been Mr. Gaming Aquatic, and I'll see you next time. Peace!